some of the things that you can look at so you get something out of this demo. What we're going to combine together today is hydrochloric acid, so the same type of acid that your stomach makes, and I just have some regular aluminum foil. If you just slide over to the next one, that's fine. So if you think about what you might have talked about in grade 10, you probably heard that acids will sometimes react with metals. If I used a different acid or a different combination of chemicals, nothing would happen. So I could have done the one that doesn't happen and then show you the one where you see a different result, but instead I'll just do the one where you see the interesting result. On my little piece of paper towel here, I have CuCl2 chloride. It's a greenish blue chemical. And I'm going to take that chemical and I'm going to put it into our flask. There we go. And just ahead of time, I'm going to light our candle so I can easily have a flame come over when I need it. Okay, and the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take our hydrochloric acid and I'm going to put it in our container and we're going to make a solution. Okay, so you should notice some color change going on. We had a clear liquid, we put it with that bluish green solid. It looks very green at the bottom of the flask. I'm just going to swirl it around so I can dissolve all of our CuCl2 chloride. And there we go. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take our aluminum foil, I'm going to put it in the flask and the reaction should start. You'll see lots of clues that a chemical reaction is taking place. There's some bubbling. It's an exothermic reaction, so it starts to heat up. And then we're going to test for the presence of any gases that are created with a lit splint. Okay, so here's what it looks like ahead of time. By the way, this is also an example of a single replacement reaction, if you remember that from grade 10 as well. So, do you want to maybe dim the lights now? There we go. I'm going to take it and put it in our flask. Like so. Okay, and then I'm going to put this down. Starting, not yet. Just going to let it go for a sec. Give it a bit of a swirl.
Are you lighting the aluminum chloride on?
No, it's just going to test to see. Here we go.
Oh, blue flame. Hey, 3 was Nostra.
So we get a nice little will-o'-the-wisp kind of dancing blue flame, which I find kind of interesting. Inside the single replacement reaction, we're swapping out the aluminum with the copper. So what we're creating inside our flask is we're going to now have aluminum chloride, and the leftovers is going to be copper. Now it went out, and a lot of that is because it's in a flask and the oxygen, but I can usually get a few lights off of it, but it burns less and less each time.
I like when it goes on.
Yeah, it's pretty cool when it lights up. We'll see if we can get one more out of it. Yeah, you can